We do have two events took place over the last 2 weeks. The Iron Man movie was released, and the following week, the Speed Racer movie was released. It was the beginning of geek
summer season.
Geek summer season. You know, the geek spring season, and
1982 all over again.
All over again. And Iron Man, not surprisingly, made $100 million its first weekend.
Yeah.
What was surprising was that Speed Racer came out the following week and pretty much tanked at that point.
Yeah.
Iron Man made another $50 million, whereas Speed Racer struggled to make $20. So I guess the issue here is, where did Iron Man go right and Speed Racer go wrong?
Well, first of all, two completely different movies, I think. And I don't know, man. Iron Man is, I don't know. There was one bad thing I could say about Iron Man.
Which was?
Not one bad thing.
I thought you said there was one bad thing. Not one bad thing?
No, I can't think of one bad thing with Iron Man.
Well, to me, I thought the ending was kind of, meh.
I Am Iron Man? You didn't like that?
Well, no, I Am Iron Man was okay. Although, for those who don't know...
Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Tony Stark is Iron Man, right. Samuel L. Jackson makes an appearance.
Oh, that ending.
Makes an appearance as Nick Fury at the very end, and Brian Michael Bendis and Mark Miller and all of them are talking about how they were involved in putting that scene together. So, did it take 6 comic book people to write 6 lines of dialogue?
No, I don't think it was. No, I think what they were talking about was that they were brought in before the movie started, in to give Favreau idea on the scripts.
Right.
And I think Bendis was actually the only one that had to do with. They
the
came
last
up,
bit?
the last bit. Like they called up like, hey, we want Nick Fury in there. Can you write this thing off? And it sounded like Bendis just like whipped these lines out like within a day and set them over.
That's what it seemed like to me. But I guess to me that wasn't even the ending I'm referring to. The ending, I mean, the big battle at the end between Iron Man and Ironmonger. Cool battle, but actually kind of short when you think about it, and not on a grand scale that you would expect, especially after all the build-up. I will say, though, excellent first chapter, and was perfect in paying homage to all the aspects of Tony Stark that have been played over through the years. And I just love the new what they call what SHIELD translates into now. Secure Homeland Intelligence something. And after the actor who is the SHIELD agent said it twice, I went, oh my God, that's SHIELD, and that is so freaking clever.
Yeah.
And so to me, that was just one of those little touches that they put in the movie that impressed me a lot.
No, I was impressed with the whole thing. I mean, Robert Downey Jr. made that movie. Like, in that movie, it comes down to casting. If those people weren't in that movie, and especially Robert Downey Jr., I don't know how good it would have been. Right. But I thought Jeff Bridges was awesome.
He was, yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow was. I mean, she really have a lot to do, but she was an awesome Pepper Potts. I mean, everyone that was in that movie, I just thought did a great job. And that, I don't know, and that the whole origin of Iron Man when he was captured and he's working with that other guy. I mean, and there was like that when that other guy when he gets killed off. I mean, they did an awesome job. It was kind of an emotional. I mean, you kind of Jon Favreau I think is a great director, and again,
he's a great actor's director. Yes.
Exactly, and also if Favreau didn't have anything to do with this movie and somebody else, I don't know if it would have. I don't know. It was just all those people. All the right people were in the right places for that movie.
But what about Speed Racer? I mean, Speed Racer could have... I mean, you had the Wachowskis, who are really also superior directors, and where Favreau might have faltered a bit with the visuals, although he didn't he really didn't. I mean, the visuals were impressive.
Right.
The Wachowskis really seemed to falter with story.
Yeah, but I mean the whole thing with Speed Racer though, which the people in the movie again, like the casting was really good, but 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's too fucking long. Like, and that I think they're calling it. They came out and said, I think after the fact that they knew it might not do good, like, this is a kids movie. You should, but you know
still,
what? For 2 hours and 15 minutes for a kids movie,
right?
Too long, and nothing like really happens in the first 45 minutes of the movie, like maybe 35 minutes of the movie. It's just all talking. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I was a kid, I would have been out of there.
Right.
Like, but the Wachowskis, like, now that their last good movie was The Matrix.
The first Matrix.
Yeah. And the other two, the second one, it was alright, like, it kind of had some stuff that I liked, and the third one was just fucking awful.
Right.
And then, now that they did so well with the Matrix movie, made so much money, like, I don't even know if people can corral them in anymore. Like, that Speed Racer movie should have been cut down by at least a half hour.
Right.
And, it should have been edited, but I bet you they have, like, final say and final cut, and whatever, it's their way of the highway, but, man...
Sorry.
but no, like that Speed Racer movie though, and I think was the core, like
you're the core. You're like a diehard Speed Racer.
Yeah,
fan.
and I love Speed, and it tested my patience like a lot. The middle hour of the movie though was awesome. Mm-hmm. Like the middle hour of the movie was like 2 half-hour episodes, but live action, where you bring you start out the movie with the Mach 6. Which I don't really care too much. That design was pretty awful. But then there's this rally race, cross-country rally race, and they bring the Mach 5 in there. And then this movie is kind of weird because it's kind of like a prequel and sequel because they actually, in the Mach 5, in Speed Racer, they actually modify the Mach 5 with all of the weapons and stuff in there, which it didn't have before, which is kind of cool to see all that. But like that, I mean... It had the Mach 5. It had Racer X in the Shooting Star. It had Snake Oiler. It had which is a villain in the Speed Racer ones and in the original TV show. And it had Speed in the fucking blue polo with the red neckerchief with the helmet. I mean, that was a TV show, and that was the best part of the movie. Was that middle hour, the beginning and the end. Just totally do.